Hey Cancer, welcome to your weekly forecast for January 20 through 26. We're going to see what's happening the week ahead with this deck here, and then we're going to pull a tarot card for the week from a different tarot card, which is going to be kind of like your theme for the week, but this deck comes with affirmation, so you guys are also going to get an affirmation out of it. So let's see what's happening for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to see what is happening for you guys in the month of, well, not the month of, but the week of January 20 through the 26th. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There we are, my darlings. Monday, Tuesday for Cancer, we have 3 of coins. So there could be some kind of collaboration for some of you with 3 of coins. Now, it could also be something happening at work where you are feeling kind of like you're under somebody's radar. I see this card coming up a lot in a reading when somebody's been really working hard and they kind of feel like their supervisors or higher ups, people are kind of like watching them at work, but they're not sure why. Or you might have like changes that are coming in, but nobody's really kind of explained to you what's going on. They might be asking you to go help a different department. They might be asking you to do work that you don't normally do. They might be training you on something new, but there hasn't been any kind of conversation. Nobody sat you down and been like, look, Cancer, we're going to teach you how to do this new stuff and we might move you to this department, and you're like, what in the heck? Like, what's going on? Do they like me? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Do they not like me? And a lot of the times I see this card come up when you're on the radar for a good reason. They're seeing a lot of potential in you and they're thinking about what to do with you. They're trying to figure it out. And so they may be having you learn different things and having you help out in different departments and things because they're trying to get a good idea, number one, of what your strengths are, like really what comes naturally to you, but also what you enjoy as a way of, okay, well, now we know what we're going to do with this person. We know how we're going to move you up or what position we might put you in or what department we might have you in. So they're seeing the potential in moving you up. But it's kind of like this beginning phase where nothing's been promised, nothing's been spoken, because they're still trying to figure things out. And so that's kind of what's going on. Some of you might feel like someone's taking you under their wing and showing you the ropes, but I also feel for some of you Cancers, in a work situation, you are going to be asked to head up some kind of new project or new department that might be very experimental. Okay, the fact that it's coming up as 3 of coins is a good thing because it can mean that you're really going to be able to succeed with it. You're going to really be able to make it grow. You're going to be able to do well and to build upon it. But it might require, my darlings, that you kind of work with other people and exchange ideas and be receptive to that. You might be eager to just say, this is mine, this is my show, I run it. But you might still have to have some collaboration. You might still be having to work with a couple of other people on this before it can really take off to the part where you're like, okay, yeah, this is my department. This is like something that I'm in charge of. So good things, good energies. If you're not focused on work or if it's not a work situation, it could be the building of a friendship or a romance. However, 3 of coins would tell us that this is something where like they're going to take their time. Like you guys have a good foundation. You have a lot of things that might be in common. But it's just kind of like, okay, well, let's just, one day at a time, see how it goes, see where it goes. But thinking about the bigger picture, thinking about the long term. Okay. Next thing, my darlings, your Wednesday, Thursday card for Cancer. We have the Lovers. This is our stalker card. Oh my goodness. You guys saw me shuffle. I shuffled. But this came up for Aquarius. This came up for Aries. And now it's coming up for you. Okay? So you might be dealing with an Aquarius or an Aries simply because they also have this card. However, I kind of have a feeling we're going to see this card a lot this week because it seems to be our stalker card. So something could be, happening in the collective energies. Some of you may be dealing with a Gemini, because, or you might have Gemini in your chart or something, but when we have Gemini, or well, I'm sorry, when we have the major arcana cards coming up, major arcana cards, it's not going to be an energy that's just going to last a day or two. Even though this is coming up for your Wednesday, Thursday, this is going to carry through for a while, okay? It's going to carry through for a while because it's a big crossroads, it's a big shift, it's a big change, it's a soul contract kind of energy. So that's not something that just comes and goes in a day, but something significant may be happening for you in the middle of the week. You may be meeting someone who's going to be very significant in your life. You may be dealing with a significant soulmate. You might be having to make big choices and decisions. The Lover's card, albeit it is about love and romance, it's also a card about choices and decisions. And so you might be having to make choices and decisions about what you want to do and how you want to move forward. Especially with that Three of Coins, it's kind of like I said, you might have a good foundation, you might have a lot of really good things in common, but it's just kind of like, taking it one day at a time. And so some of you, Cancer, you've been undecided about a work situation or a relationship, and Wednesday, Thursday, you might be asked to make a choice or a decision, or vice versa. You might be feeling like you want to kind of check in with that person and say, look, I'm willing to invest my time and my energy in this job or in this situation or in this relationship or in this friendship or whatever it might be, but I just kind of want to have a clear idea of if we're on the same page. I feel like you guys are feeling like you want to hunker down, you want to feel settled in, and you're just wanting to know, you're wanting to make sure that things are on the same page, so to speak. But I do feel for a lot of you, you are really beginning to become focused on soulmate kind of energy, relationship kind of energy, all that good stuff. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, oh my goodness, this is why you have to make choices, Cancer. We have the High Priestess card coming up. This is actually a card that many people do associate with Cancer. High Priestess, when it comes to like zodiac, there is a lot of very opinionated camps about this. I've heard it be more associated with Pisces, and a lot of people say, well, no, because it's ruled by the moon, and so it's also going to be Cancer. And then some people, I've also heard Taurus, and so I'm just going to leave it to what resonates with you. But, overall, when it's coming up and with the moon energy here, Cancer, you are ruled by the moon. And so if it's coming up in this way, this is saying you're really coming into your power. Something is happening for you the end of the week where you're really coming into the positive traits of being a Cancer, really, really kind of connecting with that moon energy in a good, powerful kind of way. I also feel like this is saying that this moon cycle that we're in, you're going to be feeling it very, very intensely. We have the eclipse energy that came in, we had that full moon in Cancer. So this is going to be something that plays out for you the next 6 months. But the fact that it's coming up as the High Priestess says it's going to play out for you in a positive way, in a way where you're really coming into your intuition, your spiritual gifts and abilities, your confidence, your inner knowing, your decision-making abilities. It's so funny because we had the Lover's card coming up midweek, which is like having to make a decision, really having to figure out what to do. And the High Priestess always knows what to do. So you're coming into decisive energy and being able to make good decisions for yourself. You have 2 major arcana cards coming in back to back this week. So be prepared for big changes and shifts, opportunities, proposals, even maybe for some of you. One thing that I will say, though, about the High Priestess card, and those of you that you watch my readings, you've heard me say this before. This card comes in with really powerful energy, and this is just something that I have seen in my readings over the years. It might not be something that all tarot readers agree with, or they've noticed, or they haven't noticed, but one thing I've noticed when I'm reading for someone, which in this case is you guys, the High Priestess card comes up. It tells me that you're going through a really significant clearing of the chakras, opening up and aligning and really connecting to the higher self. And when this happens, you become irresistible, okay? You become really magnetic. And so you're going to be receiving a lot of attention, a lot of offers, both in career life, personal life, even if it's not romantic, just people wanting to be near you, people wanting to be close to you. You're going to be encountering a lot more like close talkers and people who want to tell you about their life and have conversations with you, and they want to spend time with you, and they want your advice and your attention. And you're going to also have people trying to get into your pants like crazy. And so my advice when the High Priestess card comes up is that you need to be selective. And not everybody who wants a piece of you gets to have a piece of you. Okay. So when the High Priestess card comes up, you need to begin working on your boundaries and understand something, because some of you need to hear this. Some of you are in a relationship already, and you may have been in this relationship for a while, and you may have invested a lot of time and energy in this relationship. And this relationship might be really, really good for you in a lot of ways. And then because you're in the High Priestess energy, you may have someone coming after you super, super persistently. A few people even, because that will happen when you're in High Priestess energy. People will be very persistent, like really into you. But you need to remember something when you're in High Priestess mode. That persistence is like a moth rushing to a candle flame. They don't know what it is. They can't even handle it. They're just coming at it full speed ahead under some hypnosis, under some trance. They don't know what to do with you when they catch you. Okay, they might get burned in the process. So you need to keep this in mind. Not everyone who's coming at you with this persistence is ready to handle you, is ready to handle the full extent of your vibe, your vibration, your power. So choose wisely. All right. But if you're allowing yourself to be in that intuition and that spiritual connection, you will choose wisely. You'll begin to sense and you'll begin to feel who's rushing at you out of a need for some kind of healing and who's aligning with you in your energy authentically. Okay. It's a really interesting turning point to experience in your spiritual awakening. And a lot of you are ready for it. And that's why it's here now. Okay. We're going to see what your affirmation and what your card of the week is here, what your theme, your message is. I don't focus too much on love and romance and the weekly forecast. It kind of came up for you guys a little bit, but if you want more love info, you can click on the love readings in the description of the video. If you want more guidance on the spiritual awakening you're stepping into, you can watch the channeled angel messages that are linked. And if you would like a private reading, you can click on the Calendly link in the description of the video, and you can schedule a private reading there. Alrighty, my darlings. So let's see what's happening with Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week ahead. And we have the Hanged Man. Oh my God, what a confirmation. Sometimes when people see the Hanged Man, they're like, oh, well, that sucks. That means nothing's going to happen. But they don't understand the Hanged Man. Number one, it's a major arcana card. So when a major arcana card comes up, it means that this particular time in your life, this particular situation, it's kind of like this scheduled. You know, we have a lot of free will in our life. Not everything is destined, but this is a destined moment. This is a scheduled kind of crossroads in your journey. And the Hanged Man is about seeing things in a new way of seeing things. It's about awakening. The Hanged Man is definitely an awakening card. So I feel like what Spirit is saying is that this is the time for you to just kind of hang back for a minute. You're being faced with some decisions, and you're going to make this decision, but don't rush into it. Take a step back. Listen to what your soul is telling you. Listen to what your gut is telling you. Try to look at the situation from a different angle, from a different perspective, because you're waking up and you're awakening. Okay? A lot of the times when I see the Hanged Man, I always say this is Spirit telling you, take a moment, really think about the situation. This is the time for you to double check your order, so to speak. You know, double check your work, cross your T's, dot your I's, do the spell check, do the proofreading, do the review, check the checklist, you know, because it's about to come in. What you've been wanting or what you've been asking for, you're about to receive it. And Spirit is saying, just make sure that you are looking at the big picture and you're aware of what you're asking for. In some cases, it's like, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. You might be in that energy, and Spirit's saying, okay, you sure? You sure about this? Okay, like, let's look at this again. So this is a good time for you to do meditation. This is a good time for you to do some resting, some reflect, like to just do some self-reflection. you know, to kind of be aligned with that energy. So let's see what the affirmation is that's coming up for you with the Hanged Man. And so what you have here, the affirmation is sacrifice and surrender are necessary at times like this. Nothing in life is free, nor does everything happen according to my timetable. When this card appears, I'm reminded that a delay is in my best interest, that until all the elements are in place, I'm meant to surrender to the greater will for the highest good of all. Time for me to let go of my attachment to how I thought things had to be. I am called to surrender and wait to see how things play out. So here is the affirmation. Come on, camera. Let's try that. Okay. Here's the affirmation. And you can definitely write that down, take a screenshot of it. I like to say my affirmations out loud the very first thing when I wake up and the very last thing at night before I go to bed, because I have found it's a good time to kind of reprogram the thinking, or help make it like an autopilot way of thinking instead of having to constantly remind myself of something. So you can definitely do it that way if you would like, if that resonates with you. I feel that for you guys though, Cancer, it's going to be a good idea to definitely watch your moon sign and rising sign videos this week. I think it's going to add a lot of helpful elements that will be beneficial in addition to this reading. But I thank you all again for watching, and don't forget, guys, if you guys know I do the videos every week. But if you want something in between on a daily basis, go ahead and follow Amethyst Angellight on Facebook and Instagram. I post a card there every single day. I do a free card of the day there with a message. I do a pick a card, which is kind of fun. I'll post 3 cards, and you just pick the one that you're kind of feeling drawn to, and then I'll do a reveal, and you'll get to see which card you picked. So a lot of people have been enjoying that and finding that helpful as well. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, following on social media. I am wishing you all a fabulous week, my dears. Take care.